1 year after Hazbin Hotel premiered, I decided I should revisit the show to see whether I still enjoy it as much as I did the first time, or maybe I would change my mind. And here's what I think now after watching the series for the second time. There is of course a lot to praise about the show, but I would like to start with something to criticize. The only big complaint that I have is the excessive usage of the B word. No, I totally don't mind swearing at all. I swear all the time, probably even more than the characters of the show. But I'm really against using the B word. Say what you want, but it is a misogynistic slur. Of course, in the show, the B word doesn't have a misogynistic connotation, except when Adam uses it. But I would still prefer the show didn't use this word so much. There are plenty of bad words in English language to choose. I think the writers could and should be a bit more sensitive, knowing that we live in a pretty misogynistic society where the B word is usually used with an obviously misogynistic undertone. Maybe writers will become more sensitive now that Trump is the president. I don't know, but I hope so. Another thing that obviously deserves criticism is the amount of episodes. There should have been more. I cannot tell who is to blame in this situation. Maybe Amazon is to blame, maybe A24, but I doubt it was a creative choice. The first half of the season, meaning the first 4 episodes, feel very different from the second half. I feel like the first half of the season should have been the entire first season. Every episode will have a new demon who decides to sign up and stay in the hotel. And Charlie and the others try to redeem this new demon. I'm sure this is how the show was originally intended to be. Mostly slice of life comedy with an epic overarching plot. If I were to write the first season again, I would have certainly ended where episode 6 ends. Charlie and Veggie go to heaven, a big meeting with the angels, Emily learns about the extermination, Charlie learns Veggie was an exterminator, and the end. The plot moves forward and the intrigue for the next season is there. However, I should say that the writers really did the best they could with what they had. They managed to squeeze both slice of life, redemption, character development and overarching plot in just 8 tiny episodes. And I must say, the story almost doesn't feel rushed. Almost. If I were the writer, I would have probably done a worse job, so the writers certainly deserve praise. The show certainly doesn't overly rely on the so-called shock effect, just the first couple of episodes. The first 2 episodes are honestly the weakest. Starting with episode 3, the show tones itself down a bit and gets more serious. Speaking of humor, Nifty was genuinely hilarious. She didn't even have to do much, her every appearance was delightful, her every line and expression were genuinely amazing. When she killed Adam, I was happy as hell. One of the most satisfying deaths that I've seen, honestly. Adam is a truly despicable character, and the writers did a great job making us hate him. On top of being a genocidal psychopath, he's also a misogynist. He's like a cartoon version of Donald Trump, seriously. The best thing about the show is the message. Everyone deserves mercy and redemption. There are 2 moments that made me realize that the show is actually great. The first when Veggie refuses to kill Lut, and second when Charlie doesn't let Lucifer kill Adam. The angels are the enemies, they come to hell to exterminate souls. But still, killing and violence is not the option. Violence only breeds even more violence. The true way to stop violence is through mercy. I really love this message. That kindness and understanding are way better than hate and resentment. Carmilla tells Veggie that she should be out for love and not for vengeance, and this literally helps Veggie to spread her wings again. Love helps Veggie spread her wings. It's not some elaborate metaphor, but it works. I love that Charlie stands for her principles. She tries to be kind with everyone and only gets angry whenever her friends or family are threatened or mistreated. For people close to her, she is ready for anything. She's kind and merciful, she's loyal, and she is, overall, just a fantastic and really inspiring main protagonist. Definitely my favorite character in this show. She embodies the message of the show, and it really puzzles me when people claim she's a boring character because she doesn't change as a character. She does change. She learns how to be more confident and how to lead people. If we consider pilot episode canon, and we see really big change. In the pilot, Charlie performs an inspiring song presenting her hotel, and everyone just laughs at her, and she feels confused and disheartened and embarrassed because of that. In episode 7, she confidently performs in front of a crowd of cannibals and rallies them all to defend hell against the exterminators. Charu from the pilot episode or from the first episode wouldn't have been able to do so. She is gradually gaining her confidence throughout the show. When she redeems Sir Pentious, when she stands for Angel in front of Valentino, or sings to Do It with Emil in front of Heaven, she becomes more and more confident in her dreams and her aspirations. Other characters have development too. Angel thus checks in just because he needs a free place to stay in, not because he believes in redemption. He is very cynical and insincere because he masks his fears, his vulnerability and trauma caused by sexual abuse. But everything changes once he opens up to Husk and allows himself to be sincere. Maybe for the first time in years, Angel stands for Nifty to his abusive boss Valentina, and by the end he genuinely wants to help Charlie achieve her dream. Other characters go through pretty similar transformations. Husk, Pentious, even Veggie. At the beginning, nobody except Charlie actually believes that redeeming demons is possible, or even a good idea. And by the end, everyone is ready to fight the horde of exterminators to save the hotel. And after the final battle, everyone is eager to rebuild the hotel and make it an even better place than it was before. I would also love to mention how well the relationship between Charu and Veggie is written, and how instead of fighting they both work through their complicated emotions, vent, and eventually come to understand each other. Despite having very limited runtime, the writers managed to give us characters with very satisfying character arcs, believable character arcs. I think most people don't realize how hard it was to squeeze so many good character arcs into a tiny space of season 1. A lot of shows spent multiple long seasons without being able to properly develop its characters, and Hazbin accomplishes it even with severe handicaps. That's certainly impressive. I love the style of animation, how unique and how colorful it is. You really can't find anything that looks remotely like this. The animation is solid. Yes, at times it is sloppy, not gonna lie, but most of the time it is good. Character design is beautiful in my opinion. Overall, Hazbin Hotel is a flawed beauty. It's a creative delight. It's a passion project that made it on the big streaming service platform. It's absolutely irreverent. A lot of people don't like the show because of that, but I respect vivziepop for actually making something that she wants to make without changing it and trying to appeal to masses. She absolutely does whatever the hell she wants in terms of style and tone, and I can't not respect that. The show conveys a very important and relevant message of kindness and compassion. This message is even more important now, when Donald Trump is targeting vulnerable people like transgenders or migrants. This is what makes the show a great piece of art despite its shortcomings, and that's why I personally really love it. Thank you for watching this video till the end. Subscribe, leave a comment, let's discuss the show, and hopefully I will see you again on this channel.